fly! A 3-run home run! Kerry Carpenter!
They give it to Jameer. Big hole. There he goes down to the 20-yard line. Angling to the 15. Gone, baby. 5. End zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions.
Cade to the basket. Hooks on the run. He hits it. Pistons are back up.
Pass over the line. Here's Kane on a change. He scores! He caught the Flyers changing. Patrick Kane with a shot inside the left goal post.
It's Williams in motion. Low snap. Melrose stopped. Michigan makes a stand and comes up with a milestone playoff victory.
Is your host, the Sports Kid.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. I am the Sports Kid, and this is my dad, and we're here to bring you the latest on Detroit sports and more.
That is right. Episode 23. We're live in the studio. But yeah, happy to be here. Excited. Yep. Got a good show tonight, I think. We got some exciting topics to talk about. You tweaking your notes right now?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So, latest news for the podcast. We'll give a quick update on the giveaway in a second. Aside from that, yeah, this podcast is brought to you by the North Oakland Staffing Agency. If you're looking to recruit or if you're looking for a new career path, make sure to reach out to them, thenoksa.com, THENOKSA.com, for all of your staffing and hiring needs. Reach out to them. So let's do, Emery announced last week.
I just realized you were like THE. I was like, wait, where's the THE? And I was like, oh, the.
Emery announced a big giveaway last week, and so why don't you give
let's flip it around.
Go ahead and show that, and then tell them what they need to do to enter. All the deets.
So this is a autographed. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like right there. Autographed Parker Meadows jersey, and all you need to do to enter the giveaway is I made like a little like video, like a post, like a kind of like a guide to how to do it. And basically what you do is you watch that video, and it says...
It's posted on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
And it says to go to my YouTube channel, or, well, no. It says share the post anywhere. Then subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already. And then come back to the post and comment on it, subscribe, so we know that you did it. And then you'll be entered to win this. And on our live broadcast, well, next week.
Episode 24.
We are going to be announcing the winner and giving this away. So,
yeah, pretty
cool.
sweet.
Yep.
The goal is to try to get more subscribers on YouTube. Do you want an update?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't even know where we're at.
I
so
knew
far.
like a couple, like in the first day we had like 15, and that was like
a
week ago. So
I've got our YouTube channel pulled up here. Emery is going to see for the first time an update on where we're at. Any guesses?
What do I hope it is? Or
Yeah, or no, just where do you think that you might be? It's been 1 week.
I don't know.
We were like 50 something before.
Okay, so
40 or 50.
maybe like 80 or 90. Like let's say 85.
Okay.
No, actually 83.
Here we go.
92? Wow.
Currently sitting at 92 subscribers.
So that's like 40. So like
I think we've probably 40 or 50 in the last week. Pretty good. pretty good. You can put that back up. On Instagram, yeah, I mean, I was looking at Facebook and Instagram. YouTube, we haven't had too many comments on the reel that we posted or the short. But between Facebook and Instagram, there's about 50 comments between the two. Been a lot of shares. So a lot of new people. I promoted the post on Instagram to try to gain a bigger reach, and there's been a lot of new followers on there. So pretty excited for that. So yeah, stay tuned next week. If you're not in the giveaway just yet, make sure to get to the Facebook page, Instagram page, share that post, comment that you've subscribed to YouTube. Make sure that you've subscribed. We will be checking that. But yeah, next week we'll be giving that away. So pretty sweet. So that's the update on the giveaway. I think that's really it for podcast news. We've got a new background. I think we announced that last week.
Yeah, I think
But we've
we
got
announced a lot of it.
kind of cool new background going on. Yeah, just trying to make little tweaks here and there, improve things
Yep.
as we move forward. So that is that. Emery, what do you have for us this week?
So we've got a great show for you today, as always. We're going to be talking about a new topic that we haven't touched on whatsoever. We're going to be talking about Banana Ball and the Savannah Bananas and what that's doing for baseball and what that kind of looks like. We're going to be talking about Tarek Skubal's game last night. And we're also going to be talking about a not so good thing, Malik Beasley's gambling situation and what's really going on.
Yeah, that's doesn't look too good.
Yeah. But first, as always, the recent scores and updates. So yesterday, the Tigers beat the Twins 3-0, and Tarek Skubal had 13 strikeouts in in 7 innings. And Kerry Carpenter had a homer, but in the the 5th inning, he was taken off the field, and I believe will be like undergoing an MRI or something.
Yeah, I haven't heard an update on that yet. I think he hit a triple on that.
No, he hit a homer.
No, but wasn't that a triple?
Yeah, it was a triple, and when he was like,
He was getting to third, rounding to second or something is when he pulled something. Yeah.
I don't think anything. I hope nothing's wrong. I don't really think anything's wrong. I just think that it's sore or like maybe like pulled a muscle, but I don't think it's like a hamstring or something.
Yeah, I know he's had some injury issues in the past, but
yeah,
we'll talk more Tigers. Any other recent scores and updates?
Yeah, and so we got to catch up from the last week. So since last week, the Tigers had a series against the Athletics. They won the series 2-1, and kind of like a highlight was that Gleyber Torres had a home run, and I think
he had one home run.
Yeah, I think that was like the highlight. But there was like also besides that, it was just like pitching that was good.
Yeah.
And then they also had a series against the Twins, and they won that series 2-1. And Zach McKinstry had a home run, and of course Tarek Skubal had 13 strikeouts.
Yeah, that's crazy. So just looking at the stats here for the A's, the Tigers outscored them 19-7.
Yeah.
Over the 3-game series. So, yeah, they were putting on a hitting clinic, especially in that first game.
I actually watched the 8-0 win. It was hit after it was literally just hit after hit, and it was kind of crazy.
So the Tigers move on to play, looks like the Nationals 3-game series starting tomorrow.
And then
they'll be playing on 4th of July too, against the Guardians.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then just like a standings update kind of. Of course, they're first in the AL Central. they're the right now the best team in the American League, record-wise. And then for the National League, best team is the Dodgers, and they are actually tied with the same record.
So do you want to just roll right into some Tigers talk?
Yeah.
Might as well. We got a couple comments here.
Oh, who's the starting pitcher?
Thanks for tuning in. We've got Sherman. We've got Dawn. Nick. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Nick asked the question, who is the starting pitcher tomorrow?
It is Jack Flaherty.
Flaherty. Nice. Let's look up some stats.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know who's on the Nationals. Really know if they're that good. I don't think that they are really.
Because Skubal, I mean, can we say, is he the best pitcher in baseball?
Yeah. He's definitely the best pitcher.
He's broken and setting all sorts of different records. I saw it's funny because it's always like, who's, Tariq Skubal, the first pitcher since 2013 to throw 13 strikeouts and 7 innings with 1 hit.
And he only gave up 1 hit and 1 out, 1 hit and 1 walk or something like that.
On a crescent moon in the month of June. There's always like these kind of weird way that every game they have to hype up, right? And every performance with pitching I think it is really unique, obviously, but you see this all throughout sports. Football, it's the same way. It's like, it's the first wide receiver to, have
Catch
200
this
yards.
in this amount of time on this day.
Right, down the right side of the field.
Yeah. I just want to say, there is only 3 teams in baseball that have 50 wins. And the Tigers are one of them. It is the Tigers, the Astros, so, Justin Verlander. He still plays, I think.
Yeah.
Verlander, they're doing pretty good. And, of course, the Dodgers. But the Cubs are sitting at 49 wins. So are the Phillies. The Yankees are at 48. And that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, there's some tight competition, and we're coming up on the All-Star break.
I think the NL East is probably the hardest. What would you call it? Like division? Yeah. Call it. The Phillies have 49 wins. The Mets have 48 wins, and then they're all like the same.
Yeah. Couple other comments here. We got Mel Stevens from Tallahassee, who I believe is in Michigan.
Yes.
Now. And then Billy Owens Jr. He says, how's it going tonight? Besides Javi, who has surprised you the most this year for the Tigers?
That's good. That's a good question. I don't even know. Probably Zach McKinstry, I'd say.
What about
Or Dylan Dingler.
your boy Riley Green? Emery said that Riley Green was overrated at the beginning.
I said that just to get, if Zach was watching, just to get him riled up.
Oh, okay.
Because when we were at church, he was like, Riley Green's better than that Shohei Ohtani. And Micah was like, is he though?
We got my mother tuning in as well. Hello from Oxford. So here's a thing from school. The last 2 seasons so far at home, he's 17-1 with a 2.13 ERA.
Who'd he lose against?
31% strikeout rate.
Oh,
I mean, you're walking up to bat and have a 1 in 3 chance of getting struck out against that guy.
I wouldn't be afraid.
I'm trying to find. I had just some of these other ones.
I
that
wouldn't be
saved.
afraid.
You wouldn't be afraid of Tarek Skubal. His last pitch, once again, did you see how fast that last pitch was?
No, I didn't.
100 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Just dot
Honestly,
strike.
I wouldn't be afraid of striking out. I'd just be afraid of getting hit. But, like, he's not hitting anyone, I don't think.
See, here's another one. Tarek Skubal is the first pitcher in Tigers history with 13 plus strikeouts in a game, while now allowing no more than one hit. See, that's why there's always like these little caveat things.
But he couldn't hold up Denny McClain.
Yeah, well, Denny McClain was way better than Skubal.
They
Skubal couldn't hold his jock strap.
No.
All right, so here's another one.
We're just joking.
He's the first left-handed pitcher
Oh, he's left-handed.
in the pitch tracking era to have multiple starts of 13 plus strikeouts in fewer than 95 pitches. So that's why I'm saying that you have to like run all these different combos. He's a left-handed pitcher within the pitch tracking era.
So, like, the last
Multiple
20-some
13
years?
plus strikeouts in fewer than, so it's like 4.
How long has he been? I don't know, like 20 years?
And then here's another one.
Since the internet?
He's the fourth since 1999, since the internet, since AOL 4.0. Tariq Skubal is the fourth left-handed pitcher ever with multiple starts in a single season of 13 plus strikeouts, 0 runs, two or fewer hits. Okay, so he's joining Chris Sale, Randy Johnson, and Sandy Koufax from 1965.
I only know the last one.
So, I mean, honestly, here's the thing. All the combo,
Yeah.
but there's zero doubt that this guy's great.
Yeah.
Should we pay him? We keep talking about this.
I do want to say, should have said this in Racist Scores and Updates. But 6 hours ago, the Miami Dolphins traded Jalen Ramsey
Speaking of Tarek Skubal
and
and his contract,
I
did hear about that.
Jonnu Smith to the Steelers from Minka Fitzpatrick.
Is that a good deal?
I don't know. They're even trade, honestly. I don't think they were getting anything better from it. They just swapped them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Tigers, let's go back to your Tigers here.
I love how Javier Baez is wearing a Mets jersey.
Did we hear? Let's look. Kerry Carpenter. Is there any breaking news?
Hamstring strain.
Yeah, nothing headed to our MRI. There's no breaking news on our boy Kerry Carpenter.
Did he get hurt too?
Riley Green. For some reason, I thought something happened to him. Well, they were saying today on the radio they were talking about him because there's still a lot of concern about the pitching.
Oh, with the Tigers?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's him and Casey Mize and Flaherty.
Is Skubal basically a guaranteed win, though, at this point?
Yeah, it is. When he starts, they win.
Yeah, pretty much. He's 10-2.
Who has he lost to?
I don't remember. There was a game like last month, I feel like, that he lost. The bats weren't batting. So should they pay him? What are they? I mean,
Talk
they're
about this every week. No, they shouldn't. So
he'll be the highest paid pitcher ever.
yes, I don't think he should. I say
They got to win this year, though. If they win,
the World Series.
Yeah.
When
they got to win the whole thing.
yeah. Well,
If they win the whole thing, I would say let him walk. If they
what
lose,
do you mean? Let him walk? That's a terrible idea.
if they win, you don't need the guy again next year.
That's exactly.
If
they
you
win, they
lose-
need them.
No, because you already won. If you lose, you really need him next year. Without him, I don't think you win the World Series.
No. So if
So if you win it this year, You don't need to re-sign him for next year. Let somebody else.
But why would it? All this game is to win. So if you're gonna win with this pitcher, and you're saying the only reason that they're winning is with this pitcher, if they let go of him, they're not gonna win. So what's if they lose?
No, they're gonna win next year. We're talking about this year.
Yeah, I know. If they win this year, and that's the only reason they're winning is because of Scooble, then why would they let him go? Because then they're not gonna win.
They call him the AL Player of the Week. No, my point is you've already won.
Yeah, you want to win again. It's the whole point of this game, is it not? What's the point of playing if you're not
So
going to win?
if they lose, if they do not win the World Series, do you re-sign them?
No. If they win, you re-sign him. But
You've got a different perspective than me. Because I think
they could get...
if you lose, you need him next
You know how
year.
many players they could get for him?
So you're saying let him, if they do not win the World Series this year,
No.
don't sign him. Hire 3 more pitchers or more.
You don't need one... you don't just need one good pitcher. Let's get, 3 pretty decent
So
ones.
if you win the World Series, why do you re-sign him? Why don't you just do the same thing?
So why don't you just not re-sign him either way, then? Does that make more sense? Exactly. If you
That's
lose,
what the debate is.
So then just don't re-sign him. I already said that. I don't know. That was...
I don't know. I think it's...
if they win...
I won't be mad either way. I'll put it that way. Well, again, we talk about it a lot. Last year, I think a lot of people wanted the Tigers to not re-sign him. Right?
But if you think
just
about
let him
it-
walk, use that money,
Look.
buy some other guys.
The Dodgers, let's just say, they're very similar, same record team, okay?
But they have a lot of money.
Just hold on.
Their
have a-
salary, I believe, is twice
Okay.
of what the Tigers is.
They have a lot of money. But how come they're not signing Tarek Skubal? How come they're not signing the best pitcher in baseball? Because they all sign. They have the best pitching staff in the entire MLB. He's the best by far. But you can't just win with one good pitcher. How many games has he started? 12. Out of 162 games.
Well, that's so far. He'll probably end up with 20-some games.
Yeah. But when you have twice as many pitchers, and they're all decent, you win
He's
games.
leading the majors with 138 strikeouts.
The Red Sox pitcher?
They're saying that he's positioned to win the second AL Cy Young award of his career.
Well, probably there's no competition.
But here's the thing. Halfway through the season, just about, gotta hope that he stays healthy. Right?
You could just trade him.
A lot of people are saying already that definitely the talk right now is the World Series with the Tigers. It's not even about making the playoffs right at this point. They're almost locked in, I believe.
Yeah, they pretty much are. I don't know. It's the hope to win the playoffs, you know? Or not win the playoffs, win the World Series. But I don't know.
The goal is to win the World Series.
Yeah.
They made the playoffs last year.
Yeah. I don't see it.
You think they're going to lose to the Dodgers?
Yeah, the Dodgers are just already in it. Just might as well just give them the ring already. Wait, hold on.
Anything can happen. People get hurt. Right? That's what you have to worry about in baseball right now.
Yeah, but
Injuries. Any sport, really, but certainly baseball. Look at what happened. Reese Olson. Did he get hurt? Or did he
No.
just in a slump? Well, Kerry Carpenter. These guys get injured.
okay, but
Jackson Jobe.
okay, that was a big thing. But if you think about it, the Tigers have 3, let's just say, 3 good pitchers. They have Flaherty, I think he's pretty good. Scooble, of course. And they have Casey Mize. But the Dodgers have Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Clayton Kershaw, Tyler. They have a ton. And sorry, I forgot about Will Vest. But he's like the closer. So, kind of different.
Flaherty, 4.8 ERA.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah. How many games?
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, we'll see what happens. Here's the thing. A lot of hype behind the Tigers. It's a good time to be a Detroit Tigers fan.
Yes, it is.
Every game must watch.
I'll
Especially with Scoobs.
I think that they'll make it to the World Series.
I think he had 8 strikeouts through 3 innings or something last night. It was 9 batters and 8 strikeouts.
I agree with you with the thing, like, it's not even about the playoffs, it's about the World Series. But I don't know. I just don't really. I can see him making it. I'll agree with that. But you have to think. They have to beat the Yankees. They have to beat Aaron Judge, Garrett Cole.
That's still a big feat. For sure. It's not because look, you think of the Tigers batting, right? They don't have stars.
No, they have good players.
They have really good players, but they don't have these big name Aaron Judges.
They don't have people that will. I think Aaron Judge is like on pace to have like over 60 home runs this season. Or actually, no. I don't think he's in the top 3, but Shohei's number 2 right now. But you're right. They don't have stars.
I'm gonna jump back real quick. I was just reminded. So Billy asked the question. Besides Javi, who has surprised you the most this year for the Tigers? I'm gonna say Torkelson.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was expected to.
Oh, how does Green has 19?
Yeah, 19 home runs for
Man.
Green, 17 for Torque. He's been expected to be really good. But I mean, he's only batting 230 right now, which isn't really great. Riley Green's 296. I mean, it's big too. I would say you expect when you have your great players playing at an elite level. I mean, that's
Shohei's not
awesome.
even batting 300, but he still has 29 home runs, or actually no, 30 home runs.
296 over 83 games is really good.
Are they playing
321 at bats? I mean, that's honestly the
Judge
Riley
just hit a
Green's having
bomb.
a great.
It just
Great
changed
season.
literally right now.
And then Kerry Carpenter. I mean, he's really gotten on fire, I think, since last season. You know, he was good last year, but he's found his swing, I'll say. To hit a home run yesterday and then that triple was awesome.
Yeah, I'd say we have good players. Like, we have our good 5, you could say. Like, Green.
But there's depth in my thought is there's depth through the roster.
Yeah,
any of these guys can step up to the plate and make like plays, right?
But if you're thinking about World Series,
that's what you need.
Yeah, I know. But you have to think about other top contenders and their depth.
They're going to have the same thing. Yes. Yep. It's like
And
the Dodgers. You
when I was talking to Zach,
can't fall asleep against these guys.
because he thinks that Green might be better than Shohei. The only reason is because Shohei is their leadoff hitter. Like, they don't hit him at cleanup. They don't.
Oh, you're saying, well, that really only affects RBIs.
Yeah, and he has, but that's like a key contributor, scoring runs.
Right.
So not having RBIs is a big thing.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, we've talked about Tigers for enough. Anything else you want to hit on? We got some other big topics. Let's talk about
That
Which one? Yeah.
quickly, and then we move into the.
Yeah, the main topic. So, all right, go ahead.
So,
Switching gears here.
now we're talking about Malik Beasley, and it was. When was it? It was okay. It was Sunday morning,
Yesterday.
or yeah,
The
yesterday.
news broke, I believe.
The
yesterday.
news. There was already like some suspicions, I believe, that someone accused him. I think that they like finally accused him of gambling on games and games that he played in, and that's something that you're not really allowed to do.
Well, you're not. I think the rule is you're not allowed
meant
to
to
gamble
gamble. It doesn't matter what
on
it's on.
sports at all. Especially game. I mean, it's just that much worse when you're
Betting on yourself.
on a game that you're in, and then it's even worse if you're betting on yourself.
Yeah, because if you're betting on yourself, yeah, I'm only gonna score 2 points. Then you're only gonna try to score,
So I'm gonna pull it up just so we don't get this wrong here. But, and I'm gonna, as I'm typing this, I'm gonna speak to it.
Yeah, that's.
My mom.
I was just about to say,
commenting,
ask Pete Rose.
Yeah. Well, we would, but he's no longer with us. But anyway, what I believe happened with Malik, what I had heard earlier on the radio was that it was specifically this one accusation was a game that
Is this what you were gonna tell me earlier?
yeah, a game that when he was with the Bucks, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And where I don't know what they call them. What's the term?
For what? Describe it.
Yeah, the bets where. Anyway,
Props.
prop bets, I think is what it's called. So anyway, it was a bet where they had him specifically to have, I think it was 2.5 rebounds. Well, all of a sudden there was a ton of bets on him to get like 6 or something or more than that, like the over. And he ended up with like 6 rebounds that game, which would be really easy to do if you tried to do it.
Yes.
Right. But generally, he's not trying to get rebounds. So that's why, like their 2.5 was what they were shooting for. Well, then he goes out there and all of a sudden gets 3 times that almost.
Well, it is.
And what made them question it was the fact that there was so much money bet on him getting the over.
So how does that work? Like betting that he would get the money? If
Specifically, well, it was him or could have been other people.
So like he could have bet that he would, if he got like 6 rebounds, that he would get X amount of money. Is that what that means?
So go ahead and read this.
So at least one prominent U.S. sportsbook detected unusually heavy betting interest on Beasley's statistics beginning around January 2024, a gambling industry source told ESPN's David Purdom.
No, go ahead and read this. This is the...
Okay. A gambling industry source pointed to a game between the Bucks and the Portland Trail Blazers on January 31st, 2024. The odds on Beasley recorded fewer than 2.5 rebounds moved significantly at sportsbooks before the games, shortening from around plus 120 to around negative 250 due to a surge of action on the under. Beasley finished with 6 rebounds in the bets that deemed unusual loss.
Yeah. So his attorney comes out and says, well, an investigation's not a charge.
Down the water.
And this is what they were saying yesterday. Malik, he says, Malik is afforded the same right of the presumption of innocence as anyone else under the U.S. Constitution. As of now, he has not been charged with anything. So the point being is that as of now, he's not been charged. So here's what's interesting. Now, today, over the course of the day, yesterday, today, now there's already multiple, on social media, multiple videos, different instances. Kind of the idea is that it's showing proof of him doing things in other games. Now, there's not any statistics to back it up saying, okay, this is what the the bets were on those days or those games. But here's my question, is how, within one day, how do these people already have video clips from random games over the last couple of years showing him making poor decisions
Within a day?
within a day?
Um,
And I've got my opinion on that.
I don't know. It could be AI. Just searching the internet, trying to find videos or something.
Could be AI. That's a valid guess.
Maybe they took it from someone else, like they already had found it, and then they're just copying it or something. But
That's my opinion. Is that they
just
already
to get it, just to spread gossip and
they already have the
conspiracy,
information.
everything.
Yes, because these are federal charges, so they already had the information, and they have to drip it out, right?
Yeah.
So they say, "Hey, check out this video. Check
So
out
some
this
guy
video. Check
finds
out
it.
this video," and then all these social media influencers start
Yeah.
posting these videos. Right? Here's proof, 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 proof. Because there's no way this like one social media influencer guy suddenly is browsing. You'd have to watch every single game
For the past
year
and a
2
half.
years
Yeah.
to find these clips of him
Yeah.
doing these things, which somebody obviously did, but they didn't do that in one day.
But
is my
yes,
point.
it could
They've
have
had
been
this information.
someone did it. That's over the course, you could say. Like, doesn't mean that he just did it quickly. Meant that he could have been suspecting it or something, and posted the video, or like scoured for the videos, found the videos, posted it. That other someone saw it, and then just recovered.
I think the FBI or whoever, these sports books people had been looking into this because it said beginning January 2024.
That's a year ago.
Yeah, year and a half. So
Oh, this.
they realized this was going on and they've been watching. And then they've been saving clips and connecting dots. And then now when this is pushed out there, now they're okay, hey, share this video on social media, share this one, share this, because they can't just come out and make a claim, right? They have to steer the public perspective.
Yeah.
And here's what, do you think this hurts the Pistons?
Yes. Because, like, we were talking, yesterday we were talking about it, and like you said, something that I didn't really think about is your, like, trade value. But I
think they were wanting to keep him.
yes,
Right.
I don't think it affected them, but it affected him. You know, like, all these players are just assets, so you're just there to make them money kind of thing, and you get paid money, but they're just to make money off of you kind of thing. So, like, when you do something like that, it affects them from making more money off of you, like trading you or whatever. So it does hurt them. But I believe that
Well,
they
and what was
weren't
his nickname last year?
Malik Beasley.
Yeah. They would not have made it as far as they did without him.
Yeah. He led the league in threes.
Yeah. He was ridiculous
Or
last
maybe
year.
it was like,
He was really good. Know that.
I think it was threes. Maybe it was like 3-point like percentage, like how many he was making. Maybe I think that might have been it. I don't know.
Which that, like, you can't.
It's still even he was top 3. That's still very good.
Yeah, no, he was really good. And there's a couple of these clips out there about him, where there was a video. I don't know if it was when he was with Milwaukee or it was some like game. It didn't really matter, but like they were looking at the over under, the point spread, whatever, and how the game was already over, but he hurried up and ran down and scored a 2-pointer, which changed the betting because there was like
Yeah.
a 12-point spread or something, and that him scoring
Because
that
usually,
brought it
like
down
in
to
that
10.
game, they're just kind of like
It was like
passing it.
9 seconds left. They had no reason for him to score. So that's why I'm saying there's like a lot of these clips coming out now. Even you remember what happened in the playoffs. That last game, it was like down to the last possession. Cade Cunningham with the ball.
Wait, you
And he threw it to who?
Malik Beasley and everyone that makes.
And the ball
But did
just
he do
went
that
through
on
his.
purpose?
That we don't know, but a lot of people are asking the question.
And so that could have been, or
I hate to think that the guy did it on purpose, but now here's the issue: you got to question everything
yeah, because now you have to question
because he could have
every
made
time that he didn't take a three, every time that he could have shot and then passed it. So now
And again, right now these are just
nothing is actually true.
it's not
it-
been officially proven. These are allegations, but it seems to
That
be
means that, but like, could he have to quit or
Here's the other big one, which I think might be why this information is getting dripped out. Beasley and the Pistons were in talks on a 3-year, $42 million contract
I just want to say LeBron James is making that much next year.
to bring the free agent, so he's a free agent sharpshooter back to Detroit. But now talks are on pause. So, I mean, this could ruin his career. It could. He made 319 three-pointers last year. The most in a season in Pistons franchise history is
Like
crazy.
1,000 points.
So,
But if
and look at this. Last year, former Toronto Raptors forward John Tay Porter was banned by the NBA after a league investigation found Porter disclosed confidential information to sports bettors and wagered on games.
But he might not have been doing that exact thing, though.
Well, here's the thing. It's not looking too good for him. And like the point was made earlier, this guy he could have signed this deal, potentially $42 million over a 3
For
year.
a veteran, a 9-year veteran.
$42 million over the course of 3 years. And he's betting. How much money was he making betting? We don't know, but was it worth it? Go get a shoe contract or sell Wheaties or something.
But the thing is, it's there had to have been a reason if he was, which he probably was betting. There had to have been a reason. He was probably betting tons and tons, maybe even millions of dollars.
He could have been.
He'll probably get banned, honestly.
Well, we'll keep a close eye on that. It is big news for the Pistons, and it will be a bummer to lose him. But these guys need to get smarter.
Yeah.
They got to get smarter.
Because now it changes a lot of things. Because now it was going to be the Pistons could trade for Giannis, then they'd have Giannis and him, and now it's going to be maybe. I don't know. That's going to be.
And would Giannis even want to come here?
Yeah.
Because if they might be losing one of their stars. All right, so my mom asked the question, but are you sure he was betting? It's still just an accusation, correct? Yeah, we don't know yet. So
Yeah.
it could be anything. This is cool. So there's a new feature on here, chat overlay.
Oh, yeah.
We might do that later.
It'll show it.
It would show a running chat stream down.
Yeah. That's how streamers usually do it.
Yeah, maybe we mess with that next week. All right, let's go. Another big
My
topic.
favorite topic.
Yeah.
Banana ball. I found out about this a good 3 days ago.
Yeah, Emery did not even really know what it was.
I had seen some videos of some guy playing baseball on stilts. I thought it was a joke or something, but it's an actual league. Not
yeah,
a
so
league
go
of-
ahead. Go ahead and explain.
So
what
banana
it is.
ball it's a form of baseball. Well, it is baseball. But there used to only be 2 teams, the Savannah Bananas and the Party Animals, and they would play. I think that they played like a full season, and they would like tour, you know. But they've kind of as it has gotten bigger, there's now 4 teams. So there's now the Savannah Bananas, the Party Animals, the Firefighters, and the Texas something. I don't know what it's called. I probably should. It's like the Texas.
We can look it up. Keep talking.
I don't know.
I'll find it.
But it has so basically what it is it's like people who are experienced baseball players or have like high college experience, maybe even major league experience, and then but they also have to have like acrobatic or like dancing or like some form of like that, because it's the Texas Tailgaters. Because it's not even just baseball. It's like a live performance, basically. So sometimes, like, a lot of times, like, mid-inning, they will, like, do dances or other things. And there's, like, a lot of, like, trick plays where it's, like, they'll do, like, backflip catches or, like, there's this one pitcher who, like, bounces on a trampoline and throws it. It's a crazy thing, and I couldn't even explain it all to you. You'd honestly just have to watch it, you know, kind of for yourself.
Yeah, you need to, if you're not familiar with Savannah Bananas or the banana ball, you need to check it out. But talk about
The true...
some of the differences.
So, can you look up the rule? Because I know kind of, but I don't know exactly. So
I'm trying to find, I want to try to find like a cool picture to throw up here.
there.
We're going to try to find a cool picture to throw
But
up.
it's basically like... The rules are basically... So there's 9 innings, like a regular baseball game. But the difference is your points don't stay like the entire game. So each inning, like whoever scores the most runs gets a point. And whoever has the most points at the end wins. So technically every inning you can hit a walk-off.
So here we go. Let me do this. We will share this screen. Just a second here. Share screen. We're going to do this. Do that. Do this.
Banana ball is definitely different. Different in a very good way. It's...
So let me get this screen stretched up to the right size. There we go. So these are the rules. So
Okay.
we're going to save our opinions about everything, right? The question is banana ball good for baseball? But we're going to hold that thought.
So how many rules are there? What's it say?
I think there's 9.
10. Or actually 11.
11. Okay. Go
So-
ahead and read them.
Rule number 1, win the inning, get the point. So every inning is worth 1 point. The team that gets the most runs in an inning gets a point for that inning, except for the last inning where every run counts.
Yeah, so it's different. The scoring is different. It's not, you can win, right? You can have 3 runs in an inning, but the other team has 4 runs, and then they win the inning, so they get 1 point. So
And
you can actually have, I think they said you can have, could you end up having the most runs, or you could have more runs in a game but still lose, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yep, because every run in the last inning counts.
Right.
And like they'll have... let's just read the rest of the rules.
Well,
'Cause
hold on, because what's
But it
cool
explains-
about it is that like you can have the walk-off innings. So you can have walk-off hits or runs in an inning, which is cool because...
in baseball, you can only hit it.
Right,
the
it
ninth.
ends the inning. If you're the home team, you get last at bat.
And
The
if
other
you
team
hit
has
a-
2 or 3 runs.
if you
You get up
score
there
a
and
run.
get 4.
You
Yep.
really get.
So go ahead and read rule number 2.
The 2-hour time limit. You get the idea. No new inning can be started after 2 hours in the last inning of the game, and in the last inning of the game, every run counts.
Yep. So it's just a hard stop. Not a hard stop, but
It's the
you're not
innings-
starting a new inning.
Yeah,
So whatever that last inning is, that's
That's
the last inning. So make it count.
I like this next rule.
This is a good one.
So no stepping out. So if the batter steps out of the batter's box, it's a strike.
Yeah, so it forces the batters to stay in. And if you watch some of these videos, they'll jump into
it's
like
such-
dance routines.
But it's very important because if they're doing their dance routine and the batter steps out and they're done, then
strike.
yeah,
Well, and the other thing is they're in the middle of the dance routine. The pitcher's dancing, the catcher's
and then
dancing.
sometimes all of a
Then he'll
sudden he
step-
just jumps down and then throws.
Yeah, he'll set and throw, and so you gotta be ready. I like this one too, actually.
Yeah. Rule number 4: no bunting. Bunting sucks. If a hitter bunts, they are ejected from the game.
If you
It's-
bunt, you're out.
It's the funny. It's and how they put it. Bunting sucks. If the hitter bunts,
Well, the goal of the game is for home runs. I mean, they're out there
Yeah.
trying to hit dingers.
so
Right.
it makes sense. And that's exactly. After this, we'll probably talk about one of the players.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Rule number 5: batters can steal first. On any pitch of an at bat, the hitter can try to steal first base. This can happen on a pass ball or a wild pitch.
I like that.
Yeah, what I always never understand is like in Major League Baseball or like any like higher league of baseball, how can like the batter run to first and then the catcher has to throw him out? Like,
It's a dropped ball on a third strike, right?
so is that what that means?
Yeah. But this one
It's just
On
any
any-
pitch.
on any pitch.
Yeah.
Which again, I think
Makes
like it.
makes it interesting.
here's another
This
one.
is my favorite rule. Maybe towards the end, this is the best rule by far. It's
Okay.
so entertaining. No walks allowed. If a pitcher throws ball 4, it becomes a sprint. The hitter will take off running while every defensive player on the field, outfield included, they must touch the ball before it comes live. The hitter can advance to as many bases as they want. The ball does not have to touch the catcher or pitcher. And that's the craziest part. And it's funny to watch because when it happens, all the outfielders just storm in and they're just like playing like hot potato with it. And the base runner can just keep running.
Yeah. Yeah, he can get to second base. He just has to run as fast
Yeah.
as he can.
That's a cool rule.
Yeah. I like it.
No rule number 7: no mound visits allowed. Let's keep the game moving. No mound visits from the coach, catcher, or any player at the game at any time. Hype your pitcher up from afar if needed. I think
This one's really sweet,
This
but
is
it's
a
really,
really-
difficult.
yeah.
The
this
next
is a
one.
really cool rule. I think the no walks one is just more cool, more fun. Rule number 8: if a fan catches a foul ball, it's an out. Why not let the fans get in on some of the action? Whatever you do, just don't catch a foul ball.
Yeah. I mean, if it's your team and you want them to win,
You just,
yeah,
and if it's the other team, you're like,
you try to catch it.
yeah,
And it could be the last out of the game,
yes,
which has happened a couple times.
or inning or anything,
Right.
Which is crazy.
All right. This one's
This one
one's pretty big. It's a little
When-
tricky, but I think it's necessary.
When I watched the one video that we watched together, I didn't understand what he meant by this. So rule number 9: the showdown tiebreaker. If the game is tied at the end of the 2-hour time limit, the game will go into a showdown tiebreaker. In each showdown, the hitter must score. Yeah, the hitter must score. If they score, it's worth 1 point. If they get out, it's worth no points, and it's called a showdown shutdown. Round 1. There's a pitcher, a catcher, and one fielder versus one hitter. Round 2. a pitcher and a catcher versus one hitter. Round 3, a pitcher, a catcher, and one fielder versus one hitter with the bases loaded.
Well, and you think the MLB has kind of done this, right? They put a runner at second.
In extra innings.
Right. And so it's a similar concept. The idea, again, is that they don't want these games to run too long.
Yeah.
They don't want a ton of 100 extra innings.
Because, like, I've watched, like, old baseball, like, things, like walk-offs. And some of these things are, like, from, like, 20 years ago or longer. And it's, like, they're in, like, 13 innings. And I'm like, how? I'm just blown away.
Yeah.
There's one game, it's like they're in 19 innings.
Keep reading there. It says in the final showdown.
In this final showdown, every run counts as a point. If no team has won after 3 showdowns, they will continue with the bases loaded and one fielder until one team has won. If at any point a home run is hit over the outfield wall, it's a walk-off win and the game is over.
Yeah. All right. Man, this is big too.
I can read it. Rule 10. If the banana ball challenge rule. In banana ball, each team is allowed to challenge one ruling on the field. The coach of the team will have a challenge prop item that they must throw, shoot on the field before the next pitch for the play to be challenged. The play will be reviewed by the broadcast, and the call will be replayed to the umpire field chief to make the call. If a team wins the challenge and the call is overruled, the team will retain a challenge for later in the game. If the call is upheld or the challenge is inconclusive, they will lose the opportunity to challenge for the rest of the game. 3 categories of challenge: fair or foul ball calls, force tag play calls, catch plays in the outfield or infield.
I like this.
The fan challenge rule. This could be its own rule by itself. In addition to each team challenge, the fans will have one opportunity to challenge a ruling during the game. Prior to the game, the fans will choose one fan to represent them. The fan representative will have the opportunity to challenge one play a night. If the fan representative chooses the challenge, the fan will shoot off confetti and hold up the fan challenge sign. It's not a sign. This thing is like a t-shirt cannon, it feels like. Sign to make it official.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Getting the fans involved.
I like this next rule too.
Yeah, this next one's cool. All right.
Rule 11, last rule. The golden batter rule. One time a game, any team may send a hitter in the lineup to bat in any spot. Goal of the rule: your best hitter can hit when the game is on the line. Examples. Example 1. Due up in the lineup are hitters 6, 7, and 8. 6 and 7 make the first 2 outs. The team then uses the golden batter rule to hit their number 3 hitter in the hole 8 spot. The number 3 hitter reaches base. The 8 hole would stay in the game, but he would not hit. The next hitter is the 9 hole. If the number 3 hitter was on base and his spot in the lineup came to bat, then the 8 hitter would become the pinch runner. Also, if eligible, the designated pinch runner could run. Example number 2. The golden batter could technically hit back-to-back in one inning if the team chooses to do so.
So imagine Shohei Ohtani.
But
The game is tied.
that
or
could
something.
actually happen. They have MLB stars, random people, like not
Well, but
random
in
celebrities.
banana ball. So like imagine in Dodgers World Series Game 7 on the line, tie ball game. Shohei Ohtani's up to bat. He gets up,
Smacks a triple.
smacks a triple.
Then he just
They
bats
bring in a
again.
pinch runner.
Now he bats again.
Then he goes back up and bats again.
Then hits yard.
and wins the game. So it's cool because
But you can
you're
use,
putting in your best player. You're trying to win.
So, but sometimes when they like play it, like they play at MLB stadiums, sometimes they'll have like that team, like some of their players. I watched a video where they golden battered one of their hitters in the 9th inning. They golden battered a hitter.
Yeah. So the question,
Is it?
well, here's the one point I wanted to make. So Banana Ball, their slogan, fans first, entertain always. So that's exactly what it's about. It's about entertaining and keeping the fans engaged. Even the girls, we were showing some like highlight clips and stuff watching, and Ellie's like, I want to go to one of those games, and Emma wants to go. You know, it's just,
I just want to go because it's baseball and it's cool.
it's baseball.
They just want to go there because they dance.
But they've changed these rules or implemented these rules, added the rules to where it's
Keep
like
it entertaining.
super entertaining the
Yeah.
whole time. Where it's not,
Baseball is fun to watch.
baseball's a very serious game.
Yeah, it's for me personally very entertaining.
Yeah.
For my sisters though, they'd get bored after the first hitter. I'd say, unless you're like at the game for them, they get bored.
So this got brought up because in our baseball league, we had some championship games and all-star games this past week. And I got a DJ. The DJ was playing some music. At first, you know, when the DJ first got there, the games first started going, we had the volume up a little too high. And once we got that balanced out, but the idea was we were going to play music during the games. You know, we're talking rec league baseball here.
It was
And
fun.
so we wanted a fun environment for the kids, for the families, you know, some of the other kids that are there, siblings. So we dialed the music down a little bit. And I had somebody approach me, was not happy at all about music being played during the game. So, which, you know, I respect people's opinions. That's fine. But what I said, my thought right away was like, well, number one, I told this guy, well, it's for the kids. It's not for you. And all the kids were having fun.
Yeah.
I think the people really enjoyed it. I thought the music, again, I think early on
I was
it was
talking-
maybe a little too loud, but we dialed it down, and it was a nice background music.
I was talking to like it was the team that I used to be on, and I was talking to some of like the parents who had like knew me kind of or whatever, and they were all like, "Yeah, this music's cool." They were like, last year there was no music. They were all like,
We had
all the-
one negative comment, but most it was 95% positive.
"Yeah,
But so what happened was I talked, you know, I made the comment. It's like, well, these people need to open up a little bit about what baseball is or looks like or feels like a little bit, because I think I made the statement. I think Banana Ball is changing baseball.
Yeah.
And Emery, that's where Emery was like, "What do you mean? What are you talking about?" So we came home and watched. We binge watched Banana Ball videos.
yeah."
And what's your opinion? Do you think it's good
yeah.
or bad for baseball?
I think there's gonna be mixed opinions, but I think at the end of the day, more people are gonna love it than people that aren't. They're selling out MLB stadiums. They're everywhere they go. They're selling out. Basically,
They're selling out
in like
60,000 plus fans. They said, I watched a video earlier about they've got 100 plus thousand stadiums reaching out to them, so they could be coming to the big house,
yeah.
and they would sell out the big house.
I would want to go.
There's a lot of hype behind it.
They play at. It's not even just baseball stadiums. They go and play at football fields,
Yeah.
and it's. I think it's. I don't know what the MLB will do, like how they'll change, how they'll innovate to it. But if, let's just say, this could be, like, what if this is like what baseball is?
Well, so think a couple thoughts here. We went to a Pistons game. You go to a Pistons game or NBA game, what do they got? Music playing the entire game.
Yeah.
Right?
Can't hear anything.
No. And so
You can barely talk to the person
it
next
wasn't
to you.
always like that, but they've implemented that over time, keeps people engaged into the game. And then with baseball, they've made a number of changes recently. They have the pitch clock now,
Yep.
which has sped up the game. They have the extra innings, automatic runner on second. The MLB is making changes. Why? to entertain
Yes.
the fans. There's the hardcore baseball enthusiasts, I'll say, that will say this is garbage, right? This isn't real baseball. This is like the Harlem Globetrotters, which it isn't. You know, these are really real games. There's no way to fix or rig the games. They still have to hit the ball.
Yeah.
And they said that they're not trying to be the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. They're just trying to liven it up.
And going off of that, I think we should talk about the one guy.
So Emery has become quickly become a big fan of some of these guys, and we can't really stream some of the videos on here, but I'd highly encourage you guys to go on YouTube and type it up. But look up the sport. I mean, these guys are doing backflip catches. It's super entertaining. In normal baseball, you got a high fly ball. The guy goes up, he reads it, he catches it. Oh, cool, he caught it. Routine fly ball. These guys, routine fly ball, the ball's coming in. The guy will jump, catch it
and
while
backflip.
doing a backflip.
And then sometimes they'll like catch it behind their back. Or
Throw their gloves up to try to catch it. I mean, they're doing crazy acrobats. The umpires are doing front flips, calling outs.
Yeah. But I just want to introduce one guy.
Yeah, who do you want to talk about?
So,
Emery's a big fan of this guy. Who does he play for?
the Bananas.
He plays for the Savannah Bananas. Your 2025 Savannah Bananas. Let's find him.
Oh, real quick, I do like KJ Jackson a lot.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yep. Was a theater minor.
Okay, all right, cool. Where is he? Dr. Meadows.
And I do like Jackson Olsen too.
Right here.
Robert.
Number 15, Robert Anthony Cruz, also known as...
And the coolest part is like when they enter, they're like, number 15, we call him Rack. He goes by Rack because that's his initials.
RAC.
And
He was homeschooled most of his life.
do you have a fun fact about Dakota Stilts? Just real quick.
Oh, yeah, here's Stilts. Look at... I can't mouse over it because it... This dude literally plays with these stilts on. They're probably
Fun fact, he was born
5
with
feet.
stilts.
Enjoys spaghetti with ranch. Weird.
Yeah.
He bats wearing stilts.
Sometimes.
He plays. He pitches.
He pitches.
And these are not like little high heels. These things, they're longer than his legs.
Yeah.
4 feet
I
longer.
don't know. I honestly think they're the same height. Look how tall he actually is, though.
Yeah, he's very tall.
He's probably already like 6 foot.
And he runs the bases wearing those things.
But let's talk about Rack.
Right.
Let's give him the spotlight. So he is he is one of the most entertaining players out there. He's ripping backflip catch. If there's a fly ball, there's not really a time that he's not backflip catching. He's pretty much like when they dance, he's always the most like energetic person out there. Usually, is
he a captain? Do they have captains?
No, I don't think so.
But he's definitely like the leader. He's like the main dude
Pretty much.
for the Bananas.
Yeah.
Bananas.
I don't know. I'd probably say Jackson Olsen might be number 1, but he's one of the best hitters in Banana Bowl. And like fun fact, kind of you could say. So he made it to the majors. He had finally done what he has always wanted, And we got immediately he was just put in the minors, like as a prospect, as you would call it, and would eventually hope to play with the actual MLB, not AAA, and basically kind of got to the point where he was like practiced and got to the point where it wasn't being fun anymore, which is what he wants to do. He's only playing for fun, but he wants to win because he's competitive, but he's trying to have fun while he's doing it. And he got to the point where it wasn't fun anymore and realized that he would be in the minors for a while, and it could, he said that he could spend the entire rest of his 20s, and he was 23, he could be in there for 7 years trying to get in the majors and might not do it. So he decided to hang up the cleats. He literally said, he just quit and hung up the cleats. And after that, or maybe during that, I don't know, he started to make YouTube baseball like content, and it was like he would do like different, mainly like TikToks and shorts kind of, but he does like, if you throw the ball faster than me, you win $1,000. He'll do like kind of like things like that, like baseball, like a travel baseball team versus the travel baseball kids' parents. They like go head to head against like in like different challenges kind of, and it's not only is it fun to watch, it's also very entertaining, and he's just a good dude while he's at it, you know.
So back to the question, did you really answer it? Is banana ball bad for baseball?
No.
You think it's good for baseball?
Yeah.
I agree.
It's different.
I think, like I said,
it's not baseball. You can't compare it.
it's baseball.
Yeah, but
It's just not MLB.
well, it's
MLB is very serious, right? You see the pitcher, he walks out, he's very serious. You know, like the batters get up there, everybody's very serious. They're locked in, they're focused.
a different sport though. Not the same.
They have fun. They're starting. You notice they're starting to have more fun out there. Guys get a double and they're doing their little dances out there, celebrating. That's new. That hasn't always happened.
Yeah.
And I think again, it's these guys do want to have fun. They should. You look at professional football, right? The guys dance all the time. They're
Yeah.
always doing weird stuff out there, celebrating. You should celebrate. You should have fun.
Like, yeah. I think there's a couple players that are not like in the MLB. There's like a couple more lively players, like Teoscar Hernandez for the Dodgers. Every time like someone gets a hit or like scores a run or something, when they come back, he just throws seeds at them. Shohei does not like that, but he throws seeds.
Well, and I think that's why what it's going to do, it's creating baseball fans that might not otherwise be fans of baseball, right? We've got our girls here who have gone to your baseball games only because you're their brother.
Usually get bored at them.
Where
Say
they
they
are
don't.
interested in going to this. They've been to some Tigers games.
And
Jimmy John's.
yeah,
Not super into it. Something like this they'd be into.
yeah.
Which again would then that will create more baseball fans that might make them want to play baseball or softball or things like that. Like that's to me what my opinion is. It's not bad for baseball. I think it's very good for baseball. I like the rules, super exciting rules. It's not boring. A lot of people said for a long time that baseball is boring. Good time to take a nap. But they've done things to speed it up in the MLB again. And I think these guys are just kind of, there's a lot of hype behind it.
Yeah.
And you got to get on a waiting list to even get tickets,
Yeah.
which we will do. I'm not currently on the waiting list, but we'll do that.
We need to do that.
We need to do that. Try to get some tickets.
Well, you're
but-
probably in a line of several 100,000.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. The greatest show in sports.
It is.
Ticket interest list. Yeah. No, it really is.
Me
It
and Emma have
basically
just
is.
been watching the dances that they do.
It's basically a show. Let's see. Watch a video. Yeah, you can watch They do a lot of crazy dances. I don't know what this
That's
is.
right. It's from the show, but it plays like the song.
Yeah, I can't really show the music or play the music through
That's
the TV.
Coach Rack.
But yeah, these guys are, and they seem like they're genuinely good dudes as well. Several Christians. Look at that. There's a backflip catch. Another one.
Coach Rack. There he is. Coach Rack.
Yeah. Singing. Dancing. It's the whole thing.
He started like a Bible study that they meet every week. There's over 40 people, which is 40% of the entire organization go to it.
Really? That's awesome. Yeah, here's some dance moves.
And the umps dance too.
Yeah, the umps get into it. Again, professional baseball, the umps are very serious. Everybody's super serious. And he threw a ball.
Yeah, that's it.
A lot of times that happens. They'll do their little dance and then. So what's this one? Name a cooler pitch. This is the entrance for the pitcher. Their walk-up songs are turned into dances. Yeah, if you have not seen this, those that are
He just
listening,
stepped on a stomp racket. Oh, there's
there's
still.
stilts. Some
I don't know.
unicorn wearing a.
That's the party animals mascot. Oh, the funniest one is the Moana one.
Yeah.
If you guys need to see the Moana one, there's a guy on a fold up table, he's sitting on it and he's literally paddling across the team. They're all laying down on the field and it shows like how far I'll go. And he's just going.
That was a good rendition. Good job.
It's hilarious, but it's changing. It's changing the sport in a good way. Very.
I like it. We'll try to. We got to get on a list and try to get some tickets. We'll see what happens. But I could see that. We definitely try doing that.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Any other banana ball things or? Emery wants a jersey. He wants a necklace. He's like all in on banana ball.
And I don't know. I can't. Oh, okay. So every trick play, there's one guy. I think I forget what his name is. I think his name might be Cox or something like the last name of Cox. I think there's a player on the Savannah Bananas, but he does the trick play where he dribbles the ball between his legs.
I've seen that. He'll do it bounce the ball behind his back through his legs and catch it and throw the runner out at first.
Yeah.
He's a shortstop.
You don't just have to go to a Savannah Bananas game. All the party animals, the firefighters. I don't know about the tailgaters. Ryan Cox. The favorite sound, the crack of a bat. That's fitting.
There's
There's
kind of the picture of him. Oh, this dude, Dr. Meadows, he can hurdle a man standing up and he'll be the pitcher or whatever. Maybe he's the outfielder, but I've seen videos where he'll jump over the pitcher and throw the ball and throw strikes. I don't know. It's crazy. It's entertaining.
I'm
But
pretty sure it's just DR Meadows, but
DR, not
Yeah.
doctor.
no, it's just DR Meadows.
We call him doctor.
Yeah, it's very different, but at first you'll kind of think when I first saw it, I was like, this is kind of dumb, and I didn't like it. I thought it was kind of weird. Then I kind of watched more, and now I think it's really cool.
Yeah, all kids.
But probably every baseball kid on the planet thinks that.
Yeah, I'm sure any kid that likes baseball will like the Savannah Bananas, and most adults it will grow on them as well. All right, one last shout out for the giveaway. Want to grab that again? Just remind people
As
what
we're
to do.
closing out. So, Again, we're giving away this autographed Parker Meadows jersey. I made a post on Facebook and YouTube
and Instagram.
All you have to do is 1, share that post. 2, subscribe to my YouTube channel, which I don't know if there's a link to it.
Yep, there's a link.
So just click the link and then go back to that post and comment on it, subscribed, and then you're entered to win this, and we're gonna be so you gotta come watch next week.
We'll be announcing the winner
Yep.
live next week, episode 24.
Yep. So
Get on that. Pretty sweet giveaway. We might just keep it. I'm kidding.
got 1 week. You got 1 week to do this.
1 week. Get in on it.
No late entry. No.
If you're already subscribed to our YouTube, just comment subscribe.
Yeah.
And share the post. You don't
Need to unsubscribe and resubscribe.
No, just say, hey, already subscribed. And that's it. Yeah. I think the link, we've already posted the link. The link actually is in this video feed as well.
Oh.
And it's on the post. There's a giveaway post. That's the one you need to share and comment on. So,
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Good episode, good stuff, fun stuff. Tigers are hot. Looking forward to more Tigers talk. The All-Star break coming up.
When is that?
We didn't even talk Red Wings draft, NBA draft.
Oh yeah.
So we can talk about that stuff later.
Yep.
Carter Bear for the Wings. And the Wings,
Let's talk about Cooper Flag.
they traded Mrazek, the goalie. They just picked up a new goalie.
Oh yeah, Gibson or whatever.
Yep. So the Red Wings are making moves. Well, it'd be interesting to see. They're
Cooper Flag.
opening up some cap space. Might be trying to sign a big deal. Trying to
Yeah.
sign Patrick Kane. So, a lot to talk about still. We're heading into the 4th of July. You guys be safe. Thanks for tuning in again.
Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday, America.
Erica.
We don't have any America. We need an America. America. We'll get some America drops.
Yep.
But for now, we will close it out. Thanks for tuning in. Mel from Tallahassee, my mother, and Kevin Martorena was on here. A lot of people tuning in. Leah, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Stay tuned. We'll be back at it next week. See ya.
For tuning in to the Sports Kid Podcast.
Have a blessed week. See you next week.